Hello everyone! Welcome back to our TLE Cookery 9 first quarter. And our topic is prepare a range of appetizers. And for our learning objectives, differentiate hot and cold appetizers, prepare a variety of appetizers. For our learning outcome 2.1, you will know the difference between hot and cold appetizers. Let us define first the word appetizer. It is a small dish of food or a drink taken before a meal or the main course of a meal to stimulate one's appetite. It can be hot or cold. For better understanding of appetizers, let us look back at the history of appetizer, who introduced it to the people, when and where it happened. Appetizers were originally by the Athenians as a buffet in the early 3rd century BC. They would serve sea urchins, cockles, sturgeon, and garlic. However, they were unpopular to start as these tiny meals weren't followed up with a main course, leaving everyone hungry and wanting more. It wasn't until the 19th century that appetizers truly caught on, as meals evolved into more of a structured ordeal. Aperitifs came about by the Romans and were classified as liquid appetizers that typically contained alcohol. In addition to inciting hunger like food appetizers, the purposes of aperitifs were also meant to help with the imminent digestion process. These drinks would be shared from a single glass and passed around the table to all members of the eating party. Aperitifs are still utilized today, typically with the company of food appetizers. The word itself, appetizer, as being used in the Americas and England in 1860s, is more of a local flavor than hors d'oeuvres. For a time, appetizers were served between the main course and dessert as a refresher. But by the 20th century, they had taken their place as a precursor to the main course. On the other hand, it is said that appetizers are the dishes that only can truly be considered Filipino because we are best known for using our hands to eat the small finger foods that come with the first course. Appetizers can include anything from fish to meat, nuts and chips, and they are often served before dinner or at large family lunches. This chapter focuses on the principles and techniques of preparing mouth-watering appetizers as well as the proper ways of plating and storing it. But before you can prepare different appetizers, students like you will first perform mise en place. Mise en place is a French term which means set in place. That is, you have everything ready to cook and in its place. You should be able to identify and prepare all the needed tools and equipment as well as all the ingredients to make the preparation and cooking easy. Can you recall why do you have to clean and sanitize kitchen tools and equipment before using it? Let us now identify hot appetizers. Hot appetizers are being served while they are still hot and expected to be consumed as soon as they are served. Most of the time, soup base, made from bread, fried meats, and other sizzling foods. Some people prepare to have hot appetizers because they have believed that it has great impact to their moods, most especially to their stomachs as they move further into eating their main course. It gives them the feeling of satisfaction and the eagerness to eat well. while cold appetizers are being served in lower temperatures. These are made from fresh seafoods, food wraps, and deep base finger foods, particularly fruits and vegetables. In some restaurants, bars, pubs, hotels, and in our home, there are recipes of cold appetizers which makes our meal mouth-watering and tasty. When deciding to make hot and cold appetizers, you may consider the following: amount of space available in the refrigerator or oven. Make dips and spreads ahead of time or in advance. Serve hot appetizers in stages or batch by batch. Use electric plates or chafing plates or dishes for keeping the food warm. Offer a variety of contrasting colors, textures, and flavors. Don't be afraid to serve exotic or spicy appetizers. And the last one, consider the length of time the guests will remain. No matter what appetizers you choose to serve, remember to keep hot foods hot and cold foods cold. Let us now proceed to Learning Outcome 2.2. Prepare variety of appetizers. Appetizer is the second meal after the soup. One must be able to know the nature of every appetizer to be served for the appropriate occasion. We must know how to prepare a variety of appetizers. Here are examples of variety of appetizers: cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, canapes, relishes, petit salads, chips and dips, fruits and vegetables, and finger foods. Cocktails. Cocktail appetizers are made of seafood or fruit, usually with a tart or tangy sauce. These appetizers are always served chilled, often on a bed of crushed ice. There are different kinds of cocktail appetizers: oyster and clams on the half shelf, shrimps, crab meat, lobster, fruits, and film flake white fish. Hors d'oeuvres. These are appetizers served either hot or cold, smaller in portion size and can be eaten with fork and finger. Hors d'oeuvres are very similar to canapes, and it is used for the same purpose. The primary difference is that hors d'oeuvres are not served on a crust base or bread. In addition, hors d'oeuvres are not finger foods but are eaten with picks or cocktail fork. Another distinction is that the major ingredient of the hors d'oeuvres is usually served whole rather than the puree or chopped or made into a spread. Here are the common examples of hors d'oeuvres: the cheese balls, deviled eggs, shrimps, ham rolls, antipasto, bruschetta, tapas, caviar, and amuse-bouche. Canapes. Bite-sized open-faced sandwiches consist of tiny portions of food presented on bases of bread, toast, or pastry easily handled and eaten. There are four components of canapé. The base, it holds the spread and garnish. The spread, it is placed on top of the base so the garnish sticks to it without falling off. The main body, the savory part of the canapé. It can be made of meat, fish or seafood, or vegetables. It should be consistent with the shape of the base. And the next one is the garnish. Any food item or combination of items placed on top of the spread, which usually gives color, design, and texture of flavor accent to the canopy, adds eye appeal, and enhances the main body. Relishes. Relishes are raw or pickled vegetables cut into attractive shapes served as appetizers. There are two categories, the raw vegetables with dips and the pickled items. In raw vegetable with dips, these are known as crudités. Cru in French means raw. Common bite size, cut raw vegetables served with dips are celery radishes, green and red pepper zucchini, cucumber, carrots, cauliflower, broccoli florets, broccoli stems, cherry tomatoes, scallions. And for the pickled items, variety of items like cucumber pickles, olives, pickled peppers, spice bits, and other preserved fruits and vegetables. Petite salad. Small pieces of food such as pasta, meat, fruits, or vegetables that are usually mixed with dressing or set in gelatin. Chips and dips. Chips and dips are accompanied by raw vegetables and sometimes potato chips and crackers. Any mixture of spreads can be used as dips. Proper consistency is important to any dip. It must not be so thick that it cannot be scooped up without breaking the cracker. It must be thick enough to stick to the items used as dippers. Thin or soften them by adding mayonnaise, cream, or other appropriate liquid. Sauces and salad dressings can be used as dips. Fresh fruits and vegetables. Fruits are often thought of as a dessert or snack, but if fruits are combined with healthy and colorful ingredients, fruit plays a whole new role as appetizers. The sweetness of fruits is the perfect complement to a savory ingredients. They can be presented in kebabs, in baked dough served with chocolate sauce, mint leaves, cinnamon, and a lot more. Vegetables, on the other hand, are quick and easy to prepare, spending less time in the kitchen and more time with the guests. These include tomatoes, eggplants, pepper, cucumber, onions, mushrooms, and a lot more. Finger foods. Finger foods are a variety of appetizers wherein the only requirement is that you keep everything small enough to be picked up with fingers and eaten with little mess. If you want to serve your favorite homemade sausages, cut them into small pieces, wrap them with a small piece of pastry shell and bake. Or serve your favorite baked potato fries with a mayonnaise-based dipping sauce. And individual quiches filled with ham and cheese is another good option. Once again, this is Ella C. Valdez. Thank you for watching.